Hello and welcome to Mask of the Betrayer, and this will be part 8. In the previous episode, we had a chat with Garn, and we went out and fought a spirit army, and we spared Oku, something that surprised him quite a bit because, of course, our spirit eater affliction showed its ugly face. So let's have a little chat with him, shall we?
We underestimated your might. A whole host of angry spirits were no match for your wrath. While I will honor my oath to help you, do not forget that other spirits may resent you for the pain you caused them.
I apologize for whatever pain I caused was only self-defense.
Your hunger, if left unchecked, will consume every spirit of Rashomon. We felt we had no choice but to kill you.
Your concern is unnecessary. I will control this curse.
A noble promise, little one. If only determination were enough.
I had some questions for you.
Yes?
What sort of creature are you exactly?
I am a god of bears. What is there not to understand? I jest, little one. You smell of distant lands. No doubt the spirits of Rashomon are a puzzle to you. In life, I was a bear of flesh and bone. In death, my bond with the land has called me back.
So you were just an ordinary bear before you died?
I was no ordinary bear. I was a descendant of the most ancient beasts. Those that ran wild with the gods Bala, Myliki, and Laru. My clan was the strongest in these lands. We were lords of the hunt. We spoke the tongues of men and beast alike. 100 years and more have passed, and the spirits of my clan never joined me in the barrow. I often wonder where they have gone.
In Impla, is your life much different than it was before you died?
I am an echo of my former self. If you think I am strong now, you should have seen me in life. Now I wake but need no food. I dream but do not truly sleep. My hide does not itch. My legs never tire. The sensations of life are gone, replaced by the hum of unseen forces.
Um, I didn't realize bears lived on in the afterlife.
Not exactly, little one. I am not an undead beast, nor a restless soul of my dead self. I am an echo of what once was, sown from the energy of the land.
Um, I had some questions for you.
Yes,
About your friend Nakata.
your hunger ended Nakata's existence. You have no right to speak her name, Spirit Eater.
I wanted to apologize for her death.
Apologize. Your words won't bring her back.
My actions are unforgivable, namely your punishment, and I will accept.
How tempting it is to tear penance from your flesh and avenge Nakata. But to punish you would be a waste. You are sincere in your apology. Thank you. If you are truly remorseful for your actions, you will strive to control your hunger and never again let it feed upon the spirits of the land.
What do you know of my spirit eater affliction?
When spirits have nightmares, they are of you. You are a wandering void, one that all the spirits of Rashomon dread.
How did the curse find me as its victim?
The Spirit Eater feeds within and without. When it has extinguished the soul of its host, it finds a new form to inhabit. But I cannot say why its shadow fell upon you and not another.
What must I do to end this curse?
I do not know, little one. I would do anything to rid you and all of Rashomon of the Spirit Eater, but I have no answers.
Um, I'm hungry. Can you? No, don't. Well, Um, how many spirit eaters are there?
Others, do not be fooled by the countless bodies left in its wake. Only one Spirit Eater has ever walked this land, though it has worn many faces.
Um, tell me about the spirit eater that came before me, the one you promised to help.
The promise is etched in memory, though the details have slipped away in dreaming. I recall an old human battling me on a lake frozen over by the harshest of winters. I remember falling in defeat, too beaten and broken to worry about death. I could feel him holding back his hunger as he proposed an alliance, to see that none would suffer from his hunger again.
Um, I had some questions for you.
Yes,
Never mind, let's move on. So we can now talk to the other two individuals about what has transpired here. But Oku, by the way, I just want to point out his stats. 37 strength, 27 constitution. This is one mean bear, by the way. And as a completely irrelevant, but for reference, I absolutely love his voice.
Well, now, what do you want?
So let's have a chat with the others, shall we? We may as well just talk to.
I was wondering what that absence was in you when we first met. Now I know what it is. It's hunger. It's so intense I can barely feel you behind it. It's primal, and it feels old. An old hunger indeed.
Do you know anything about this power I have?
You mean your curse? I know a little about it. Spirit legends only. Spirit eating is a curse that sometimes arises in Rashomon. A spirit eater walks the land, feeding on others to sustain its life.
What happens to these spirit eaters?
Hunted down, killed. Sometimes they simply vanish, never to be heard from again. They are enemies of this land, of the spirits. As you found with Oku, the spirit world will rise against this curse, trying to kill it or contain it before it does more harm. The curse of these spirit eaters is their hunger. It grows and grows, and if they can't feed, their own power is said to devour them.
Is there a cure for this curse?
I have never heard of one. Whatever this curse is, it runs deep and strong, and nothing known to me can cure it. You should seek out ones wiser than I.
How long has this been going on?
For as long as the spirits can remember, which for some of them is a very long time. Time is measured differently for beasts, and for deathless ones at that. But I will say that Oku remembered you, and that is a long time indeed.
I had questions for you.
Of course. Ask what you will, and I will do my best to answer.
You look uneasy. Are you alright?
Uneasy? Perhaps a bit. For one who barters with spirits such as I, having you around is an uneasy thing, yes. It's like attempting to negotiate with a merchant, while having a merchant-devouring beast standing next to you. It makes things more difficult, or easier, depending on the conversation. Also, in our battle with Oku, something changed. There is a new depth to you to your dreams that has been awakened.
What? Why?
I am not certain of the cause of this, but where once your mind was a mirror, now you have an undertow that was not present before. A mirror to a flowing river, as it were. I think your dreams will be stronger, and that is interesting.
I had questions. Oh yeah.
Of course. Ask what you will, and I will do my best to answer.
And by the way, you can always tell when you have gained influence with them because they will be having different dialogues for when you ask them stuff. What do you think of Sophia?
I do not know if Sophia speaks to herself, or if another Sophia, a small spirit, speaks to her. But it is a question only she can resolve. Perhaps it is her conscience that whispers to her. But red wizards are said to have that stripped from them at a young age. She is a thing of puzzle pieces, to be certain, and so finely decorated with tracings and tattoos, the best part of the red wizard's contribution to culture.
Never mind, let's continue on. And then let's have a chat with Sophia.
The hunger within you grows. No wonder the Bear King was so zealous in hunting you down. I am curious, what is it like being a spirit eater of Rashemi legend?
Are you trying to be funny? It's torturous, actually. Feels like there's a presence inside me.
I only ask because I recall reading some of the Academy's texts on Rashemi spirit eaters. When you've read a lot about a legend on parchment, it's always fascinating to meet that legend in the flesh.
So what did those texts tell you about spirit eaters?
Rashemi folklore is handed down by word of mouth. Very little of it is written down. Still, a few rumors were overheard by Thayan scholars and penned for curiosity's sake, so keep in mind I'm hardly an expert on this topic. Did you have a specific question in mind?
What exactly is a spirit eater?
The Rashemi used the term spirit eater as reference to both a curse and the bearer of that curse. The spirit eater curse allegedly devours its host from within. The stories describe the process as rather painful, to say the least. According to legend, there have been numerous victims of this curse, though the legends differ on whether or not there is more than one bearer of the curse at any one time.
Do you have any idea how this happened to me?
All the stories suggest that becoming a spirit eater is the result of a curse. Some rumors suggest this curse is bestowed by a witch, others say it's the result of an amoral life, and yet other rumors suggest the curse is transmitted from one spirit eater to the next, like an illness. Sadly, there is little consensus on the matter.
Bear in mind, of course, in the first part when we woke up next to a skeleton. And maybe a coincidence? I don't know. Did those texts say anything about a cure?
Actually, no. In all the stories I read, the bearer of the curse rapidly went insane and died rather quickly.
No matter, just because there's no cure in the folklore doesn't mean there's no cure at all.
The spirit eater supposedly feeds upon the mind of the host. Perhaps your optimism is a sign that the curse isn't as dire as legends describe it.
What can I do about this hunger?
As the name would suggest, devouring spirits appears to sate the hunger. For a time. I have no advice for you, aside from the obvious. Be careful in your choice of prey. Much the way food nourishes one's body, I think it's safe to assume that the spirits you devour will nourish this presence within you. Feeding it poorly is certainly a risk not worth taking.
And that was your health advice from Neverwinter Nights too. Let's talk about something else.
What's on your mind?
I have some questions about our companions.
Yes?
What do you think of Garn?
Those who speak overmuch of the value of dreams usually want to sell you something. That being said, I suggest you put at least some trust in him, if only because he responds well to blunt honesty. I grew up around unscrupulous red wizards. I know that a true liar wants to be lied to in return.
What are your feelings on Oku traveling with us?
When we first met Oku, he was still half slumbering, and his form then was just a hint of his true self. He is a very powerful manifestation of the land. Spirits like him, well, the wizards at the Academy would trade their eyes for the power to bind a spirit like Oku. The fact that he has pledged himself to you is a surprising turn of events. He is as loyal as a mother bear, and as violent if betrayed. Treat him with respect. I don't want to have to fight him again.
That's all I need to know for now. So, when we go through that gate, we will hit chapter 2. Yeah, chapter 1 is very, very short. Chapter 2 is definitely, most assuredly, not. So, that was a quick save. There's going to be another conversation coming up, by the way, and I do want to apologize, but certain episodes are unavoidably going to be chats. And after that conversation, it's going to be another conversation before we get into anything. But I don't want to skim too much in the story because the lore is important to understand in order to understand the back end of the game. So I'm being a bit cautious about skipping too much. Spirit Eater, just like the tales. I didn't eat any spirits, so how do you know? Chapter 2. Oku is a powerful fey creature who favors the fighter class. While he can't use weapons or armor, his claws and height will become stronger as he gains experience, gains levels. Oku is also capable of wearing amulets and rings. Oku automatically levels up when he gains enough experience, not so much learning new abilities as he's remembering forgotten ones. Okay. I'm gonna find his sister. Yeah, well. I agree. The city stinks. No.
Well, now.
We should get
What do you want?
explanation about this bar soon. The bar has suddenly popped up. This is not gameplay relevant at all, no. It is not. It puts a damper on things because, you know, there's going to be a description of it, so I'm just going to go through it quickly now. Because we are now confirmed to be a spirit eater, Oku told us, we have a spirit bar. This is our spirit energy. It will fall over time, or we can spend our spirit energy doing various different things. As our spirit energy drops, we will hit these check marks, which apparently you can hover over them to get a description of what they do, but I think it's because of the mod I'm using that increases font size and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't really work. But suffice to say, as you lose your spirit energy, you're going to have some debilitating, whatever, debilitating, I think it's called, effects. And if you hit the button, you die. So you never want to run out of spirit energy. This bar down here is your hunger. When you give in and devour spirit, which you can do once per day, safely. If you do it more than once per day, your hunger will increase. And if your hunger increases, then you'll have to devour spirits more often because your spirit energy is going to drop more dramatically. And then you devour more spirits to compensate, and suddenly you are in an endless loop where you have to devour spirits basically at an alarming rate in order to just stay alive. By suppressing your hunger, which you will get various different gameplay mechanics in order to do, your hunger will decrease. So, and that will of course decrease the drain of your spirit energy. There's going to be a very long-winded description of it soon, and I just want to give the short version instead. By the way, I just want to showcase something interesting. Maybe not interesting, but What's the temple? We are not at the wrong place. Where? Yeah. Hey. Oh. That building here. There's a Telso badger. Remember, they are spirits, and it does not like us. It's growling at us. These are some barbarians we can go in the speed to and do various different quest tasks, whatever for, but because we're not a barbarian ourselves, we cannot become a member of their little group. Anyway, remember he mentioned that as a living bear he was walking around with 3 named individuals. One of them hasn't changed name in Rashemi, tongue Maliki. The 2 other goddesses he mentioned were Shantia and Mr. Bala and whatever the third one was called, can't remember. But they are the local area's names for Shantia and Mr. So let's actually click on these. The statue depicts the goddess Mistra, called Mistress of Magic and Mother of Mysteries. Mistra is believed to be the embodiment of the weave of magic that envelops the world. In order to cast spells, mages and wizards and whatnot draw from the weave, basically. Mailiki. The statue bears the grateful visage of the goddess Mailiki, known as Our Lady of the Forest. Mailiki is the patron goddess of angels, druids, and dryads. And of course, Shantia. The statue represents the Earth Mother Shantia, also known as the Grain Goddess and the Great Mother. Shantia is the goddess of agriculture and summer. So again, Shantia is the goddess of agriculture and summer. Some of her worshippers claim that Shantia is the creator of all mortal races. By the way, if you see me pause all the time, our spirit energy is on a timer. Haha. Shantia, of course, was the deity that most people in West Harbor were worshipping. So anyway, let's go and have a chat with these individuals here. Abomination, I warned you, Sheba. I smelled the wrongness upon him at the theatre. Tell me the truth, foreigner. Did you know what you were when you came to our city? I felt a hunger when I woke in the barrow, but I didn't know what it was. In the bear god's barrow, it was the first you thought of this hunger. Then you should have taken a stone and crushed your skull at once. Do not make excuses for this monster out of ancient tales, Sheba. I swore an oath to another with this affliction, one who spared me in his hunger and sought my help in ending the curse of the Spirit Eater. And what more do you remember, God of Bears? His face, his name, your memories have fled like birds before a storm. Do not insult my ally, witch. He's the god of your land, the spirit you claim to serve. I will remember the prayers of a dockside girl before she donned her mask. I remember how she begged the spirits to make her pretty so that the sailors might whistle at her, might even pay her for her company. Lies, Sheba. These are lies. The monster has tainted Lord Oku's Enough, Casimika. Lord Oki, we meant no offense, and it's not our place to question the minds of a god. No, it isn't. That's very, very true. Okay. How did I become a spirit eater? Was it something that happened to me in the barrow? Perhaps you can answer that question best, monster. Did you anger our gods, defile our land? Few punishments are truly Hush, Casimika. Some say that the curse passed from one spirit eater to the next, but no spirit eater has been seen in over 100 years. Beyond that we know little. Those who kept such secrets are many years dead. At least tell me what a spirit eater is. We know little of them. No spirit eater has walked Arashaman in living memory. They were monsters, devourers of spirits and souls, boogeymen in children's tales. Some were men, some women, some were even children. Wherever they walked, they hungered and fed, and the land died. No matter their intentions, all spirit eaters ended the same. The hunger turned in upon themselves, and they were destroyed, utterly consumed. I do not intend to devour anyone else, willingly or not. It's just one kind of cure. If there's any hope to be found, it would be amongst those who have fought your kind, amongst spirits, not mortals. My sister speaks of the Woodman, the living soul of the Ashenwood. He fought your kind and he brought them all low. If the Woodman fought spirit eaters, why would he agree to help me? He may not, child, for all your good intent. Ashenwood lies several days sailing upriver to the north, and the winter snows have already begun to fall. I will send word to our shipwright, Vassal, that he should make a boat available for trade. Look for him at the docks and tell him that I sent you. We have an outpost on the Ashenwood shore led by a witch named Dalenka. She is a hard-bitten woman and distrustful of foreigners. Why are you doing this for me? A good question. Do tell us, won't you? I'm sorry, Casimira. Sorry that anyone should suffer this curse, foreigner or not. For the mercy you showed to the bear god child, I will barter whatever wisdom I can lend you, for as long as you remain in control of your hunger. What about the dwarf woman Magda? You promised I could speak to her once I made my peace with Oku. I've already released Magda and she has returned to our theater. My sisters disagree with me in this, but I trust in your good intent. Find the woodman, Gallagher, learn the secrets of your kind. You may escape their fate. Well, how's an experience with that? Also, can you whack? Cool. We can speak to them more, but I do need to do a time check. No, we can't speak to them more. I will have to end this part here. When we come back, we are going to have a quick look, because I'm fairly sure one of these will sell items. And might have something interesting to buy. Then we'll head down to the Vale and speak to Magda, and I will make it as short as I possibly can, but there are two important bits of information we need. So, on that note, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye for now.